I finally went and seen a movie. Finally, and it was Abigail. And I kept looking at the trailer, and I remember that there's been some movies on the list that I've been wanting to watch this year, and Abigail was one of them. Now I told you guys before, and I know there's probably a lot of people out there that's probably watch Abigail as well that likes these types of movies. So I didn't listen to anything on YouTube at all. I stayed clear. I didn't want to see any of the thumbnails. I didn't even want to read the thumbnail. And I was like, I'm going in this blind because I knew that I had just got feeling I was going to enjoy it. And this movie was hilarious. It was funny to me. This is a horror thriller. It's 149 minutes long. Uh, it's sitting on a 64% Metacritic and 81% Rotten Tomatoes. Now I can see why it's 81% Rotten Tomatoes, but I'll read the plot synopsis and I'll give you my take. But this ain't gonna be very long. It's like a group of would-be criminals kidnap a 12-year-old daughter of a powerful underworld figure, holding her for a ransom in an isolated mansion. Their plan starts to unravel when they discover that the young girl, when they discovered that the young captive is actually a bloodthirsty vampire. This movie was, I'm telling you, when this movie comes out, uh, you know, on 4K or whatever, Blu-ray, I'm buying it. It's going in my collection. Because y'all obviously know I like to collect. But man, this girl was a trip. There was, it was bloody, but it's labeled as a horror thriller. But man, it is a horror thriller. But there was parts in there just made me laugh. Literally made me laugh. I mean, I chuckled, I laughed, I chuckled, and I was like, wow, this is a pretty good movie. It had some alien vibe. Not aliens, alien vibe. It wasn't nothing like Alien. It just had alien vibe to me. And what I mean by that is like they went out to this huge place, and this place was a mansion, but it was kind of run down. But come find out it was owned by that girl that they kidnapped. Her dad, who is a, he's a, he's a like a he's a daughter. He's a powerful underworld guy, and he really is. But he's a vampire though. But they say that in the movie they call him like a like a like a demon or something. That everybody's like, oh, I don't believe in that. But there was a total of you had the little girl, you had two women, two guys, and you had another guy which was played by uh what's that guy's name? God, Esposito is his name. Y'all know who he is, and uh, Giancarlo Exposito. Y'all know who he is. Anyway, I was surprised he was in this movie, but they all kind of turned on each other. But the cast was pretty slick, though, really. And there's this young actor named Angus Cloud. He was in this movie. It said in loving memory, and I looked up after I got out of the theater. He passed away of some, I guess he didn't mean to. They said it was a drug overdose, but I don't think he meant to kill himself. But I was like, well, that's sad. Cause see, his character was funny too. Abigail was played by Alicia Ware, and Melissa Barra is the main character. And then, anyway, I'm not gonna read everybody off, but you had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You had 8 people in this house, including the girl. Man, I'm telling you, when this movie is available for digital, it'll be number one for a little bit because I think a lot of people's gonna be. This movie was thoroughly entertaining, man. It was, and like I said, it had a little alien vibe in it, but I also got Ready or Not vibes. Y'all remember the movie Ready or Not? Yeah, I got that because I bought that movie. I watched that movie twice and I didn't care for it. Now I watched it again. I was like, wow, this movie's actually good. So I ended up buying it on Blu-ray because I would like to get rid of a bunch of streaming services and basically go down to 2. But anyway, this movie's an hour and 49 minutes long. I was trying to figure out where they was going to go with this movie, but whoever the writers were in this was, I was like, man, how, I said to myself while I was in the theater, how creative, because when they got in this house, man, this house was on lockdown because they didn't realize they was locked up into this house. until, they couldn't get out. I mean, it was designed for them. And come find out this girl does this for kicks because, she gets people trapped in there and she kills them and disfigures them and she sucks their blood and all that. And man, there was some, you know, there was a lot of blood in here. For all those horror fans out there, which I know they probably are, their horror channels, they're probably all over this. They had a lot of good special effects with the blood blowing up and all that kind of stuff. I was, I, I'm surprised how good this movie was. But then again, I'm not. Because when I watch a trailer, you know how a trailer is designed to suck you in, right? Just like Godzilla Minus One. I was getting ready to go to church. Yeah, I got out of church and I was eating my breakfast after I got out of church and Godzilla Minus One. And I watched the trailer in the kitchen while I was eating my breakfast after I got out of church and I kept saying, this looks pretty good. And I went out and seen it and I liked it. Well, Abigail came across my YouTube thing because I got an app on there called Film Select. And it was on there. I said, I think that's that movie I want to go see. And so I played the trailer. I said, yeah, I'm going to go see this movie. So when I'm at work, I'm thinking, man, I hope I don't have to work Saturday. Because when I work Saturday, it throws my whole day off. And I went out there at a 2:15 showing, man. There wasn't very many people out there. I don't know how good this movie's going to do, by the way. But it's going to do good when it hits digital, though. But anyway, man, this little girl picks these people off. And she does this ballerina dance while she's attacking these people. And then there's so many comments that was made in this movie that just made me laugh, man. The character development in there, the cast, and just the way they played off each other. I'm telling you, man, this is impressive. This is truly impressive. I was impressed, man. But yeah, that's all I about have to say, man. It just, they was trying to figure out how to get out of there, but that girl was picking them off. But then it had a lot of double crossing here and a lot of double crossing there. You come find out there was some things about that little girl and the people that was involved in kidnapping her had some ties with the dad. And I thought the dad never existed. He ended up showing up at the end. And I was sitting in the theater going like, wow, man, there he is. And there was only one survivor, and he wanted to eat that girl. And the daughter talked her dad into not killing that woman because that woman ended up helping her kill this guy. You have to watch the movie because there's a twist to it. I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting, because how vampires supposed to bite you and you're supposed to turn into a vampire. Well, she told this one chick that she bit, she goes, oh, no, you're not a vampire. You'll be fine. And then she ended up being a vampire. But then, when I was watching it, this vampire there's a lot of double crossing there. So this guy, he was an a-hole. He became a vampire. So he tried to kill Abigail. And Abigail, he was sucking her blood out because he sucked all her blood out, she would die. But he ended up biting this chick. So I'm thinking, well, she's going to be a vampire. But then she told him, she goes, well, at the end of the movie, she goes, well, am I going to turn? She goes, no. She goes, because we killed him. So by us killing him, somehow the vampire relative, whatever that vampire thing is, she wouldn't be a vampire. She wasn't turned, but there was a lot of stories to each character too. What was neat about this as well. Wow, man, I can go on and talk about this forever, but I'm not. I like to be a 6-minute video, and this is almost at 9. And a lot of people check out after about 5 minutes. So anyway, God bless. Take care, Abigail. Hour and 49 minutes. A horror thriller, and and like I said, it had some Ready or Not vibes. Because I remember when I watched Ready or Not about the 3rd time. And my daughter happened to come down and was visiting me. She said, hey, Dad, I'm going to stop by. I said, all right. So, I had YouTube at that time, YouTube channel. And I had Abigail on there. And I kept watching that movie. And then when she came over, we was talking. I kept saying, I really like this movie. I said, So I put it in my collection. And this one's going in my collection as well. We'll see you. God bless.